Hello students, myself Dr. Anuprita Mishra and you are watching Anuprita Mishra's Electrical Engineering. Here I have started synchronous generator there with alternator, that is synchronous generator itself is known as alternator. Even I talked about the working principle of alternator, then I discussed about why three-phase armature winding is being provided over stator and not over the rotor. Along with that, next I discuss the relation between speed, frequency and number of poles. Now I come to the point where I need to discuss about the construction of synchronous generator or alternator. And one thing I should clear here that this construction is same for the synchronous motor also. So one by one I would be discussing its construction parts. So these parts are stator frame, stator, rotor, armature winding in stator and DC field winding over the rotor. Along with that, I need to discuss about the auxiliary system which helps to run the alternator. So that is known as the excitation system. So I'll be taking it as a part of its construction also and discussing it all together. One by one, I am taking care of all these parts to clear you up. Along with that, some parts would be taking more number of videos actually, and maybe I'll be changing the sequence of few of them. Maybe in between I can discuss about the excitation system if I feel that it is needed over there, then only. Armature winding in stator, this is the big theoretical part, so it would be taking few lectures, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. But I'll be completing the construction parts of alternator in consecutive videos starting from today itself. Today I am discussing two small topics, that is stator frame and stator. Stator frame is nothing but the structure or a covering given outside to the alternator. This covering is not at all carries flux through itself, unlike DC machine actually. There the frame, DC machine's frame provides the path to the flux loops also, but here it doesn't happen. It is actually used to hold the armature stamping and the winding itself. Means armature core as well as armature winding are being supported by stator frame. Low speed and large diameter, that means large structure of alternators. Those alternators which are having the large structure, in that the frames are being manufactured or cast in sections actually, and later through for the sake of easiness, and later at the place where we have to install the alternator, there they are welded together. Also holes are provided in these frames for the provision of ventilation. And nowadays frames are generally fabricated from the mild steel plates or which are welded together. This happens. Now let's discuss about the stator. The stator is nothing but the core of armature winding, so it is also known as armature core. It is being supported by the stator frame, as I said earlier here also, and it is built up of laminations. Laminations are provided for avoiding the eddy currents. I discussed a lot about the eddy currents there in single phase transformer, so please go through that, my Hindi version of discussion there, but it is there. And these laminations are made up of magnetic iron, special magnetic iron material or steel alloy. And laminations are stamped out in complete ring form if the machine is small. So at a one place the entire structure is being made up. But if the machines are larger, then the segments of stator through laminations are being made, and at the place where the alternator is there it gets assembled. Laminations are insulated from each other to avoid the eddy currents, and spaces are given between them for passing the air so that cooling can be made or done for the armature winding which are carrying high currents actually. Slots for the armature winding lie along the inner periphery of the core. Actually here this stator is nothing but cylindrical hollow structure, heavy structure. In its inner periphery slots are there, as I always mention in my discussion. There, as the laminations are being made, along with that the slots are also stamped out or the spaces are marked for the slots also there. Three types of the slots are there: wide open slot, semi-closed slots, and fully closed slots. This is wide open, this is semi-closed, and this is fully closed. What are the advantages and disadvantages that I am telling you? Widely open slots, again you can through common sense we can understand that placing of winding, repairing of winding, maintaining the winding, everything is very easy over here. It is little bit difficult over here, but in case of fully closed, it is impossible to maintain the winding while alternator is in working condition. But the drawback with this wide open is the non-uniformity in the air gap. So it causes production of ripples, harmonics in EMF which is being produced or induced by the armature winding, and the current which is being provided to the load. So those EMFs and currents are of harmonics. Here little bit harmonics are suppressed, but here least chances of harmonics of or ripples are there. But not possible to use such kind of closed slots, very rarely used, but almost these types of the slots are being used. This is mostly preferred. And to reduce the ripples in such cases, if the slots are manufactured like this or constructed like this, so the other measures are being taken to reduce the ripples or harmonics. That every measure or every aspect of designing or parameter I will be discussing during the armature winding of stator. At that time I will discuss everything. So this the small topic I have taken up. This is not exactly very much useful for the BTech or MTech students, but they should keep all these points in their mind with respect to the exam point of view. I am saying that this is not at all that much important, but once they go for the job purpose or as a electrical engineer professional in their field job, they need to know everything. So this video meant for it actually. So please do like my today's video, subscribe my channel, suggest your friends to subscribe my channel, and take each and every advantage of electrical concepts to understand through my videos. Thank you.